So DOJ just filed its brief in the Supreme Court in the case involving the battle over the classified documents that the FBI seized from Mar-a-Lago. And the brief looks like a laydown winner if the Supreme Court justices are honest brokers of the law. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So the DOJ just filed its brief in the Supreme Court in the case involving the battle over the classified documents, the top secret documents, the national defense information that Donald Trump stole from the White House and unlawfully concealed down at Mar-a-Lago until the FBI got a judicially approved search warrant and seized the materials. And now Donald Trump wants a special master to pore through all of the top secret documents, which will involve lots of additional delays, delaying Donald Trump's eventual but ultimate day of reckoning. Here is today's reporting from CNN. Headline: DOJ urges Supreme Court to stay out of Mar-a-Lago documents fight. And that article begins, the Justice Department urged the Supreme Court on Tuesday to reject former President Donald Trump's request that it intervene in the dispute over classified documents seized from Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in August. Calling the records extraordinarily sensitive, the Justice Department said the Supreme Court should let stand a federal appeals court order that blocked the special master's access over those records while legal challenges play out. Now, I read DOJ's 32-page brief that it filed today in the Supreme Court. Let me just give you a small sense of some of what it said. This application concerns an unprecedented order by the district court, that would be Trump appointee Judge Aileen Cannon, by the district court restricting the executive branch's use of its own highly classified records in an ongoing criminal investigation and directing the dissemination of those records outside the executive branch for a special master review. The brief continues. The applicant, that's Trump, has no plausible claim of privilege in or ownership of government records bearing classification markings, like top secret. As the Court of Appeals recognized, Trump thus has no basis to demand special master review of those records. Now, regarding this 32-page brief DOJ filed today in the Supreme Court, I agree with what my friends and fellow legal analysts have been saying about it. For example, Joyce Vance tweeted out, DOJ's response to Trump's efforts to get SCOTUS to intervene for him is thoughtful and compelling. Professor Lawrence Tribe's language was even stronger. DOJ's response opposing the emergency application Trump's legal team filed in the Supreme Court is utterly devastating. It pulverizes all of Trump's arguments and leaves none standing. So, yes, the DOJ brief should be a laydown winner. But have you met some of these Supreme Court justices? Alito, Gorsuch, Barrett, Kavanaugh? I mean, these are people who imposed their religious views on our nation, revoking women's constitutionally protected privacy rights. How about Justice Clarence Thomas? He decided he didn't have to remove himself from a case in which he had a direct conflict. He decided it was okay for him to preside over a case that involved whether his wife's treasonous text messages to Mark Meadows urging him to overturn a presidential election should be buried from public view, should be hidden from Congress. Have you met these Supreme Court justices? So, are we confident that a brief that is a lay-down winner on the facts, on the law, will get no traction with these Supreme Court justices? I mean, this is a Supreme Court that has dug itself deep in a hole of illegitimacy. And it is not going to be easy for the court to claw its way out, if it even has any interest in returning to a legitimate court, to re-earning the respect of the American people, to protecting our constitutional rights instead of revoking them based on your religious views. Have you met this Supreme Court? So yes, maybe they'll do the right thing. Maybe they'll see the power and the persuasion of DOJ's brief on the facts, on the law. You know, what Trump's legal team filed was a stone-cold mockery. Completely unpersuasive. They didn't even bother trying to analyze the case in the legal framework that applies to the issue. But have you met some of these Supreme Court justices? Can we count on them to do the right thing in any case? Let's hope. Let's hope that to at least some of, those judges sitting up on high as Supreme Court justices, the supreme leaders, the American mullahs, acting based on their own religious beliefs, let's hope to some of them justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.